Good morning, trade pros, my brothers and sisters. I started at 8:59 because yesterday I started at 9:01. So I feel like that should balance out in case anyone's mad at me. Good morning to everyone in our trading room inside the community. I'm gonna say good morning to you guys personally after the update here on Zoomaroonie. Um, just for protection your name. This time I'm gonna record it just from the hop with all the updates. So let me hit record here on the Zoom. Getting a hang of this workflow here with technology. All right, let's stop the screen share. I'm gonna show you the back of my haircut because it's cool. Whoa, I gotta go tell my guy when he cuts my hair to be like, bro, there are a lot of people on YouTube that see the back of my head. Please make sure the haircut is good back there. Get two people to work on it at the same time, would you? I hope you guys are having a great day. Great start to the morning so far. Is everything rocking and rolling? Everything is rocking and rolling. You could see the top of my head. You can't actually. I'm going to raise the camera a bit. All right. Oh, I'm so happy with that. That looks great. All right. So overnight snapshot. S&P, Nasdaq, Russell don't really do much. They're consolidating yesterday's rally. I think it's too high now. Don't like it this high. All right. And the gold market's up 0.3%. Oil is up 2.6%. Bitcoin's up 0.9, Ethereum's up 1.2%. All right, European bourses are kind of mixed bag, and that's all over the place, but not much movement. Less than 0.5% all across the board on most of the moves in the stock market. So, dare I say that the stock market volatility has settled down? All right, I think it took us about 3 or 4 days to really decide what the heck is going on. Um, with the dominant theme that it kind of pulls people in politically. And I don't want to be political about anything. The moment you have a political bias is the moment that your trading is going to suffer. I don't have a bias. I see good things and bad things and good things, and I see all extreme things as average things, and everything is great. But for Iran and U.S. conflict, it's day number 6. All right, you could throw in there just about every other country too. You could throw in Israel, you could throw in China, you could throw in, I mean, the Russia too. But hey, here's the situation. Iran's deputy foreign minister said Iran is ready to abandon the nuclear program if US presents a quote unquote rewarding alternative offer. And that sparked some risk on perception. That's a pretty good statement. But then Iranian press and state media also said there was no message sent to the US to end conflict, which means, this is great to say something like this that's kind of positive for the market and the end of the conflict, but also it just gets refuted right away. So that's all I'm going to say. Look, at the end of the day, there's more developments, there's more bombings, there's more lives lost since yesterday morning. So we can't sit here and pretend like everything is perfect in the world. It's sad. My heart goes out to anyone who's actually dealing with this directly. It's one thing to talk about it on YouTube and turn around in your cushy little office with your kids and and be safe. And it's another thing to actually be living through this. So I know that there's people who are affected by it, and I'm trying to also be sensitive to that and keep that in my mind. This morning, I'm a religious person. I have faith. I believe in God. And this morning, I said a prayer for that, and then for everyone else as well. So, but the conflict continues. Okay, if you look at the stock market, you wouldn't know anything is going on because it's shrugging everything off. Okay, but yesterday we had a little bit of risk on tone, and it was driven because of that. Some statements made that could show us it's going towards the end, but right now it's day 6, and the timeline we've been given is 4 to 5 weeks. Let's see what happens. Right? Hopefully it's shorter. Nobody wants it. I'm sure nobody would be pissed off if it ended on day 6 rather than 4 to 5 weeks. All right, key events today: jobless claims, Challenger job cuts, whole bunch of stuff. I just turned my phone and then I have a clip of the calendar and it actually looks really nice on the phone, the way it's clipped. Perfect. Okay, well, I'm excited now. Challenger job cuts came at 48,000 versus 108,000. Less job cuts are good. All right. Non-farm productivity came out more positive today. There's a whole bunch of import prices, unit labor costs, all of that. Let's just say, all in all, the news is pretty positive this morning. Jobless claims came out at 215,000. The prior was 220, and the forecast number was 220.25. So coming in lower than expected is also good. Less people filing for unemployment claims is better. All right. That's the 4 week average, by the way. The actual headline number was 213 versus 215 expected. So that's also lower. The prior was 213 in line with it. Continuing jobless claims 1.8 million, whole bunch of stuff, import prices, blah, blah. 10 a.m. we have factory orders coming out for the month of January. It's expected at minus zero point 0.7. So we do have a news event top of the hour. Keep that in mind. And it's probably going to be right when your trade setups and you're ready to click the button. You're going to hear the squawk top of the hour. We have blah, blah, blah. And you're going to be like, crap, man. I was just about to do this trade. Cancel those limits. Key risks and levels to watch this morning. The Hormuz narrative is whipsawing. All right. Iranians are saying they may open it. IRGC says that it's closed and they're hitting tankers. So crude volatility remains extreme. That's a big port. That's a lot of oil that goes through there. A lot of it, 36% of China's imports from oil go from the Hormuz right there. So, saying that it's open, but then also hitting tankers. If I was a shipping company, I wouldn't put my ship through there. All right. Pretty sure insurance companies have told shipping companies if your ship gets bombed in the Hormuz, are not really going to help you out with much of that because you're ignoring the risk side of things. So, there's depth to this. You could go really deep. There's a lot of tanker maps that track the tankers that have corresponders that are turned on and GPS units. And then, of course, you have the tankers who turn off their GPS units. So they go dark because if you're bringing oil to Russia, you don't want people to know that. So, yeah. Anyways, let's ignore that, the rest of what that means, but just watch for the Strait of Hormuz. Most relevant impact is to crude oil. All right. Um, and we think that any like ceasefire or nuclear deal will obviously be a sharp energy sell-off. Oil will get hit the most. I think S&P will respond very bullish to that, but I don't know how much more bullish it's going to get than this in that news. It might be one of those buy the rumor, sell the news. I think we're starting to already price in or have already priced in a lot of what's going to be priced in if there's a deal to be made. If you ignore it in the first place, you can't go and try to price in the happiness because you didn't price in the downside. I don't think the downside of this conflict was priced in yet. All right. And so if the deal gets made, I think it might shock people that then you get the sell off. Buy the rumor, sell the news, never the opposite. All right, that's what we got. Bank of Japan says April rate cut is probably not going to happen. That's great because we keep talking about this Japanese carry trade unwind. It's kind of pushed, or the March one rather isn't happening, not April. So that's kind of pushed the bucket down a little bit to the next month and the following month. So March we should be good. Nothing to worry about there. Thankfully, there's already enough to worry about. Let's turn around and even though I know you want to see the back of my haircut a lot, I'm gonna close the camera before I turn around so you don't see it. Let's get on the charts. I gotta keep you wanting to come back more, right? If I give you the goods now, what would you ever come back for? All right, you can tell I'm a little goofy this morning. I actually didn't get as much sleep as I wanted to, but enough to feel good. It's great. Not 3 hours and 40 minutes. I'll tell you that much. Definitely more than that. All right, shut down the video here for you. I will screen share for you as well. And well, not the video. I don't want to share a video file. You don't have good ones to share. All right, here's the sitch on the S&P. Let me see what my people on YouTube are saying. Just Prashant said anything. Well, good morning to you, Prashant. It's not just Prashant. Prashant's an important person in our lives. Morning, sir. Um, I miss you, Prashant. I'm not lying to you. Okay, so the open was at 68.37 half. I turned my opens to be purple because I saw somebody wearing a purple sweater yesterday when I was out with my kids and said, that's so cool. So I'm kind of channeling that cool energy on my chart. And also the yellow was so hard to see. I got pissed off, not pissed off, but upset at having to like squint my eyes and zoom in. I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? Yellow is so hard to see. So we got purple open range. I like it already better. Open yesterday is 68.37 half, which was 65 and a half points higher, by the way, from the prior day open. Prior day not being yesterday, but the day before yesterday, being Tuesday. So Tuesday's open was down here. somewhere down there. We rallied up. And so I think it's worthy to note that the bulls are putting in some substantial structure to the upside. So 37 half open, selling off the bell. We come in and we see the sell side and we're not panicking. 68.04 was our flip zone, another 13 points lower than we ended up getting. So we're saying, hey, come to Papa. We're going to look to buy you. We're still bullish for the day. The 20 ended up working good. The 25, we had a really good level. And the team and I had a call afterwards. We have a call every 2 weeks where we answer questions, do application, and that one has a lot of value coming out of it. But anywho, point I'm trying to make is team said, why don't we get the 25 if we planned it? Well, order flow never really set up. And so we missed this trade. It goes up, and the next level we're looking at, we say, hey, if we could break the 60, we could get ourselves on board. And it broke the 60. I said the first break of a move is information. It's not for trading. Use the information to set up the higher probability on the pullback. And then we found a clutch zone at the 65, and on the pullback, we took a shot. All right, we sure did take a shot, and we also took a shot at the 36. By the way, that was kind of you go down, we're bullish. We set a new high, we pull back, found a great support area. We didn't get the 20 on the low end, but at least our level helped find the support. Got long here, got a nice little trade going. Didn't trail it as well, maybe, but then the second one here was a split trade, half profit, half not. That's all I did. Light day. I'm going for a challenge for plan adherence, not profit. I don't care. I'm doing a 20-day challenge where all I'm evaluating myself is what percentage of the time did my trades line up with the plan, and I have to get 90 or over, or else I'll have to restart the thing for 20 days. So it's a discipline challenge. Um, okay, so let's carry on. Prior day low was set at 68.17 3/4. I forgot to mention that in the flow of things. That was the PDL down here. So we rally up, we get some trades, it consolidates. PDH or prior day high was at 68.94, and then we pull back into the close at 68.76. So all in all, very bullish day. We had a pretty nice extension higher. We had an open that opened up 65.5 points higher, and then we had price action that took us, much higher than that after short selling off. The short period selling off. We have a 76.25 point day in terms of prior day low to high. That's a great range. Kind of in line with average. Even before the war, we've had some volatility movement. Okay, we have 1.56 million contracts traded in total. Yesterday, it's average, but it's lower than the last 2 days. So volumes have dropped off on the bid higher. All right, overnight, the story is pretty simple. Price tried to extend, and we actually took out the high. That looked really exciting for the bulls, but then we failed at 6,900.75. Makes sense. 6,900 is our big level. 6,904 is a massive one. We had zero DTE call option gamma, like pretty much littered up there at 6,900. And so look, it's no big surprise that we kind of failed at that level, especially overnight with decreased volume and volatility. So anywho, we come down off that overnight level and we trade down to the 40 initially, then we pop back up. All right, but the second wave higher, we couldn't really take out the prior day high. All right, and that's kind of a problem because now we got lower highs. Okay, sell off again. We dance around the prior day cash close. This rally here was ignited by the European Open, the London session. So London bought it and then faded it, and now just this morning it's just grinding lower and lower and lower, and we're actually at the flip zone. Okay, volume so far is 485,000 and building. It's pretty strong overnight volume. Trading plan is gonna look kind of strange the way things have developed. Um, the level that I really, really like, let me color this gray again because we don't have two flip zones. Is a 68.20. I just don't know if getting below 40 is the most bullish thing in the world. I think we could get down to the 20 and the 17 and the prior day lows and see what happens. But we're close to erasing all the gains from yesterday. So strong momentum in the US, fade in the Globex session, the Asia session. Very common to have an Asia fade after a US strength day. And even US weakness leading to Asia strength. Basically, the Asian session's reversal, the European session's continuation. So it looked good, but it's not great because London couldn't hold it. They dropped the bag. We're down to the support structure. 6900's big resistance. Lots of call wall gammas yesterday. Like I said, we weren't going to break it the first time, but holy crap, are we going to fail it? Maybe we move the flip zone higher from the 6804 to the 6840. We're right at it. We're trading our flip at the moment. That's the trend swing low. I don't want to be buying too much below that. All right. 6833 could be huge support. That's driven off of volume profile levels. And the 20 as well would be the last line of support. But I don't want to be long below the 40. In fact, I would rather see a nice little sell-off candle, retrace, and down we go. The problem with that sell-off, retrace, and down we go, don't do it too early on the opening bell because it might end up being a sell-off, reclaim, retest, and up we go. And wouldn't it suck to be shorting the lows? Yeah, it would suck a lot. All right, that's why I said watch developing levels from order flow this morning. First move on opening bell is for info, not to get active. And I said let's give it time for auction to develop this morning because we're opening very close to our level. Just because we're there doesn't mean we buy it and close our eyes. Okay, actually, it's opposite. Don't just get in too soon this morning. And this says don't just in too soon this morning. How do you like that? That's perfect grammar. I'm an immigrant. Don't forget that. Long time ago, still an immigrant. Gamma, high volume level 6850. That's the kind of gamma flip. So this adds this adds volatility and noise to our level, meaning that it's gonna take some time. That's why I said give it some time because we got a lot of stuff here in the 40s, 50s. Let them battle it out. Whoever wins, they'll show us. They'll reveal their hand. We don't have to fight with 1,000 lot contract traders. We have to get on board when they finally defend the fight. Let them fight. There's going to be blood. Step over the bodies and go with the winner. It's okay to be a coward in the market. Be a superhero in your life. All right. Zero DTE call resistance 69.15. That's up there, but I mean, from the 80, it was pretty close. Call resistance 69.50, 1 day max off options volatility 69.49. So that's interesting. The max calculated just under a point under the call resistance level. This is multiple expiries combined. Zero DTE is here. All right, 1 day min 68.02, so 40 points or so. This isn't like this is a minimum, the maximum, or the minimum and maximum the market's allowed to achieve. This is a suggestion based on options volatility pricing. This is where traders get confused. Options volatility pricing could have changed 5 minutes after these levels, and all this goes out the window. This was just for reference. Net GEX gamma exposures 9.61 million. Small dealer fade, small upside gamma, meaning dealers will buy dips and sell rallies, but it's small. I mean, that's not a lot, right? You listening to this almost have 9.61 million in your account, right? So it's irrelevant for a whole market. Miss you too, bro. Miss you too. To your statement. Marco, good morning. Hector, my brain is still loading now that the coffee is thawing my brain. That's so funny. Did you... I feel that, man. The brain thaw is real. It's a thaw that's driven by caffeine, nicotine, and all the enes. Poutine. Hey, I lived in Canada for a long time. Maybe the poutine will help the thaw the most. All right, love you all, guys. I'm gonna get in here and do some work with the team in the trading room. Um, which, by the way, I would love that if you joined. Holy moly, there's a lot of inventory at 68.55. What the heck is going on? Um, I'd love it if you joined. We have a community. It's called the Order Flow Vault. We do calls every 2 weeks for Q&A and application. We have a new course that we're building live. Great chance for you to kind of sink in with it. We do the trading order flow room every morning, and we do a lot of fun stuff together. And we put a lot of process and structure behind it in the last 2 weeks or so. So it's getting much more exciting. Get excited. Get inside. Get some coffee. Thaw the brain. Love you, YouTube. Hector, thanks for the chat. Prashant, you too. Marco, have a blessed day. Prashant, make it bitter. Make it bitter, not sweet, no milk. Just straight coffee, brother. Will hit the brain the hardest. You guys take care. Have a great rest of your day. Love you all, YouTube. I'm going to see you tomorrow for the last day of the week.